What you are watching is being filmed in both real-life camera and a virtual camera. No editing will be done afterwards, as all of what you're about to see is being recorded in real time. This video is meant as an introduction to VR for someone who's not had the opportunity to experience it for themselves. All relevant names and equipment will be in the description, by the way. As you can see, I'm wearing both a VR headset and trackers, as well as an EEG headset that I'll also get into later. These allow for me to interact and see the virtual world. Speaking of which, that is a much better view, so let's switch over to there. Right, now you are seeing me through the virtual camera, and while in the virtual world, I can also show you briefly what I see. Now, there are several windows that are floating around me that I'm not currently recording, mainly the recording software itself and my notes, but you can see my virtual camera lens floating right there, as well as the viewfinder here, which I'm going to actually switch back to for the rest of the video. Welcome to one of literally hundreds of thousands of user-created worlds to explore or just hang out in. I'm here by myself for the moment, since I'm recording, but normally I'm hanging out with creatures from all over the world. Speaking of creatures, let's talk about what I look like. This is an avatar that I originally bought from an extremely talented 3D model and texture artist, and then heavily modified for my own use. My movement is tracked one-to-one by the trackers on my head, hands, elbows, waist, and feet. There's also options to add knee and chest trackers, but I don't currently have the hardware for that. I mentioned before that I'm also wearing an EEG headset. Well, that is tracking my brainwave patterns, which is being decoded into parameters that can be used to do really anything I want. For instance, my ears and tail are being controlled in this way using the brain data and some complex animation logic. This allows for me to control them like any other expression, both with conscious effort as well as with, unconscious kind of automatic control. The movement is quite natural and reactive to my mood and focus, to the point that those who know me can read them just as well as any other facial expression or mannerism. I can also use my mind to control other things, like the color of this little wisp that I've got. I'm able to control the color by just thinking about it. It's a little tricky to do when under pressure of recording. I'm really only scratching the surface of what can be done with this hardware, but I'm learning a ton. And that's really what got me into all of this. I learn best by getting my hands on something, tearing it apart and seeing how it works, and then putting it back together in interesting new ways. I wanted to learn some 3D modeling and game design software, and this was a good excuse. So I picked up some assets crafted by masters and dove in. I wasn't expecting to find an amazing community of people from all over the world, and I've learned a ton from them, and I've made some amazing friends. It's not uncommon for me to look around and realize that I'm the only American in the room. I've been to nightclubs and birthday parties. I've modeled for virtual clothing companies and avatar creators. I've had in-depth conversations on programming and material sciences and engineering. Next month, as I record this, I'm going to go to a virtual convention that last year had over 21,000 attendees in virtual space, and many more that tuned into live streams. I even do yoga 3 times a week, and let me assure you, while the studio might be virtual, the yoga is very much real. Again, VR is an incredibly difficult thing to get across to anybody who's not done it, but I hope that I've managed to give a glimpse into this exciting frontier. And it really is a frontier. The hardware and software are still being developed at a rapid pace, and new features and improvements are constantly becoming available. I really can't wait to see what the future holds. Until then, I'll see you online.